panelist, Anita. In fact, you're very well versed with one of the strongest pillars of the mutual fund industry ecosystem, which is the mutual fund distributors. So, in your experience, when a woman mutual fund distributor talks, how is that much more impactful when it comes to women investors?
So thanks so much. So happy to be here and learn from the collective experience of everyone here. And I'm so happy to see there are so many more women than we usually see in industry forums. That's really very encouraging. So to answer your question, Mamta, yes, women advisors definitely help. You know, women are innately so good at listening. We are so empathetic. We have the ability to cut the noise completely. A lot of times investors have a problem because there's just so much of market noise. There is somebody who's saying that invest in this particular fund or invest in real estate or gold, and sometimes markets are, with the nature that markets are, they are volatile. So there's just so much of noise, but I think women have the ability to cut through that noise and just stay focused for a very long term period. In fact, I'd like to state here that AMFI recently, with AMFI research, has also shown how women investors have the ability to be invested for a very long term. So I think, women advisors definitely help when it comes to speaking to women clients. Also, historically, women really have not been, they've been underserved for a very long time in the financial sector. That could be also because women always were not very confident about taking financial decisions. But when they see a woman distributor or an advisor speaking to them, and knowing the kind of technical details, the knowledge, the acumen, I think it's inspiring for women investors to think that if she can do it, so can I. And it also helps them open up to women advisors because they see here is somebody who has the same perspectives, aspirations as she has. And also, I'd like to, have one more point here, that most men distributors, they are extremely good. They are all financial experts. They do their job really well. But most men have very specific goals. They could have a children's education or an early retirement or starting their own venture. But a woman could have very different goals. She could want to go for a solo trip. She may want to go out with her girl friends, or even for that matter, start her own venture, or why not, invest in expensive diamonds. We may want to own an expensive piece of jewelry. So my aspirations could be very different from my husband. And I think a woman advisor is going to be able to really bring that out from an investor, a woman investor. So I think women distributors are a must today. I'm glad to see there are so many more women now coming into the fold. And this is probably also a reason why we are having many more women now actively take part in financial decision making.
So when in fact, very strongly you put across that point, and I'm sure most of us agree, our goals in life is so much, aligned to what is required from a family perspective, but at the same time, we could have certain things which are completely our goals, right? Like education is one of the ones which we are seeing off late. People want to do post-graduation, study courses abroad, all put together.
Yes, so I completely agree. That's true.
Much. In fact, Anita, many women, like you've also mentioned that when women speak, women listen. So many women seek help from, culinary videos on social media. I mean, that's what comes to my mind first. So do you recommend this approach for money management as well?
Okay. Definitely not. I think social media is such a double-edged sword. While social media is very good to expose you to some very fancy cuisines, and some very nice international recipes, I think if one doesn't know the techniques well and does not have the wherewithal for it, I think one could literally burn their fingers. And for investments, I think we should definitely not have or never depend upon social media. Firstly, social media is not regulated. So, there's a possibility of people claiming to be experts, but they would hardly have an idea about what you want. And investments is really not a one-size-fits-all. It's more like different strokes for different folks. So one really needs to understand what their particular requirements are, their needs, be very well researched information that they depend upon, and nobody can really decide, on what is right for you. Somebody will have to sit down with you, assess your requirements, assess your risk requirements, and only then devise an investment plan which is right for you. So I would really urge everyone here, since we have a lot of younger audience, please don't fall prey to any kind of social media claims which say that you can invest a small sum of money and this can, these are the investment tips. You should definitely not depend on that. I would urge you to please visit the, SEBI website, AMFI website, which can tell you how do you go about investments and what are the right ways to approach this. That should really help you get started on this. So yes, absolutely a no-no for social media for investments.
So, so this is one question, I'm just keeping it open to anyone who wants to take it, is when did you start saving? Because it's personal journey. When did you start saving? And when did you move towards investing? What exactly drove you to that shift? Anita wants to take it.
So I started quite early. I mean, while I think that was quite early, I think I must have started investing when I was 22. That was when I started my career, my job. And while at that time I didn't quite like it when my dad and my uncle told me that you should set aside this money or your first salary that has come should be invested. I was like, no, I don't want to do that. I want to spend. I want to do something with that. And my father told me, I will give you separate money that you may want to spend, but this money should definitely be invested. This is something that you will remember for a long time. So I'm really glad. And actually, I must say this, that while, somebody said how they lost money, it could be a matter of, timing that it happened. But I invested my first salary, and many years later, that money was used for me buying my house. I mean, that was some compounding, and that was done in mutual funds. So I am forever grateful for mutual funds to have given me the money when I wanted it. So that's one fond memory that I have, that my first salary was invested in mutual funds, and that helped me buy my first house.
So which means this was something which was very long term.
Yes.
Once when you started investing.
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
very quickly I'm going to go. If there's one key takeaway or suggestion that you would like to give to the women in the audience today, what would that be? Anita?
Yes, so I'm a Maharashtrian, and in Marathi we have a saying, Mulgi Shikli Pragati Zali, which means that when a woman she educates herself, she ensures that her entire family is educated. And I think for all the women here, we are innately built or wired that we want to take care of our family, our community. And it's really when you educate yourself financially, you understand and take the ownership of the money that you earn, that is when you will be able to raise a stronger community, and which leads to a more fulfilling life. So take charge, all the girls, we are very good at money management. So just take the ownership of your own money that you make. You are anyways independent thinkers today. So yeah, there is absolutely no harm. We are all risk takers. Just go ahead and build a strong, wealthy life for yourself.